So I went back to college. Like I said, I could feel upper behind my eyes. So I went back to college, and this semester it felt like I got, I guess, a new beginning again. Like all of that stuff happened, and my mental was trash. But somehow, also too, I had got some funds at that time, and it felt good because that's how I was able to afford a lot of the things that I desire at that time, right? So I step on a scene in school, right? I'm rooming with these 5 Caucasian girls, and I remember feeling like it was just really bright outside. Anytime I think of a story, sometimes I think about outside, and it'll correlate to how I'm feeling. But it was really bright outside, and it was really bright within me as well. I was so happy because after a summer of not being able to freaking get up and wash myself by myself, being able to I couldn't get in the shower. I had to like bathe. Well, sometimes I did, but I had to bathe like a certain way. It was horrible. I'm not gonna give too much detail, but it was horrible. Not being able to even squat down on the back, like on a toilet, because I was physically weak at this time, right? Not being able to squat down myself and like use the bathroom, like having to like have the crutches assistance, just stuff like that, right? It felt like, wow, I'm on my feet again, and it's a new beginning again, you know? And yeah, so thank you, Father. Thank you, 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 thank you. I'll probably edit that part out. That was for me and y'all. But I'm thankful. Thank you. Thank you. I was rooming with these, it was 5 white girls. One, my roommate, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rooming with 5 white girls, right? They were all pretty cool though. All pretty cool. I don't really trust anybody like fully. I'm not gonna say anybody fully. There's some people I do trust fully, but you just meeting them, and I'm not gonna say too much. But yeah, that's all I'll say. I'm the only black girl there. Come on now. But they were very cool. I don't care. They were very cool. And I love my people. They were very cool. They were very cool, yeah. Especially my roommate. She was very clean, like very put together. Always kept her side clean. Her side was a lot more organized than mine, right? I had my side clean spaciously, but organization, I feel like I need to work more on. She was very organized. And yeah. So I came there, right? Just got back on my feet, right? And I'm trying not to think about that too much. I'm really trying to get back into the experience of what is this year going to be like. So I remember going with them to this thing like late at night. I think like the first day I got there. There was also a delayance of getting there as well, because I forgot why. But I moved in to the actual apartment building with them late. And like she would ask me like, am I coming and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. But I was trying to get to, in my mind, like, what was this year going to be like? I also had a friend in there that was like, I was really close with at the time. We would hang out a lot. But I was asking myself, like I said, what was this year going to be like? So one night, we went to like this tent thing. Like, it was like this like amusement kind of thing going on campus. But it wasn't like rides and stuff like that. It was like people selling stuff, right? And it was nice. And it was like, I remember I brought like a painted rock, whatever. It wasn't no crystal. It was a painted rock. And yeah, at this time I could feel that like Abba was walking with me, and it was changing, but I didn't know him, so it was like hard to pinpoint him as well. Even before I left, right? I don't think it's important to mention that right now, but it's like when it's time to end something, I don't know, he put something in me that's like, he just downloads stuff in me. But I'm just keep going with the story. We bought the painted rocks, blah blah, right? Yeah. I like the apartment. It was nice, it was clean, it was spacious. The air was always going, it was always freaking cold. I would literally go and turn the air off. Somebody else would turn it back on. I like being warm now. And yeah, it was super cold though. Like, it's a difference between an apartment being cool, but why am I not able to walk with regular clothes on? Why do I have to have a t-shirt on and it's still warm outside? Put the air on regular cool and then we could just move that way. Even when it was cold, we had it freezing. Why is the air on very, very, very cool? Like, open a window or something. It's too cold. It's too cold. But they would ask me to go to parties and stuff like that. I would say no, though. I would explain to them, like, I don't think I explained to my injury that bad, but I told them I had like an injury with my knees and stuff like that, and how I couldn't like stand up for too long without it hurting, and that was true, right? And this is the specific story about like how this is the college, but how I also discovered that I had arthritis at the time. So as it got colder, right, I would have to, I don't think the first part is not really that important, but as the semester went on, right, it got colder. And my laptop that I had, right, it was an older one, it got to a point where it didn't work for some reason. I don't know whether it got hacked. I don't know. And I had to walk to the library. So the library was all the way across campus. It was probably about like 15 minutes on foot, 20 minutes on foot. And I would walk to the library, right? And it would be cold. And I could feel it in my joints, right? If you have arthritis, you know when it's cold, right? That can mess with it. I could feel it in my joints. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Father. I remember the first time I couldn't feel it anymore. And it was not magical. It was overtime. But I remember I could feel it in my joints, right? I would have to dress extremely warm, right? Extremely warm. And I could feel it in my joints. And my whole body was still weak at this point.